Yes. All right, what's up, everybody? What is good? What is up? What's up, y'all? What's up? How is everyone doing today, man? I hope you guys are having a good one. First, I want to make sure that we are good when it comes to our volume. So give me 1 second. If you guys haven't already, man, make sure you guys go and check out my video. I just dropped a video on Educated Hustler, and this video that I dropped is actually about what we're going to cover, right? So you can learn more about this on the video. I'm going to be actually talking about some things that I didn't go really in depth in within this video. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the video actually is right here. It is. This is the only way beginners should start reselling in 2026. Now, I created this video because the video actually... Oh, yeah, I'm not too loud. But I created this video because it is important that a lot of us realize the way that we are selling sometimes, or just in general, the way we are positioning our business is not the most beneficial. And it's because of a lot of guessing, right? But also us just putting ourselves in positions to chase money, right? And money is not something you're going to want to chase, especially when trying to build your business. Now, you may say, why would I want to actually not chase the money? Or what should I be chasing? Well, you should be chasing those compound best practices that bring you conversions. Now, conversion doesn't always have to be money. That's the problem, right? Now, I want to break down conversion real quick, because in that video I just showed you guys that I just dropped, please check that video out. Like that video, okay? The newest video on Educated Hustler, y'all. Just check it out. Like this video for me. It means a lot. I appreciate all the support, right? But a lot of the success that people have in any type of sector, in any type of business, is always based on execution, okay? Now, when I say execution, I mean following metrics. So, prime example, when cell phone stores are calculating if they are beneficial in a certain place, right? Let's say a Broad Street location versus a mall location. The way they see if that location is beneficial is by door clicks, and then also how many people are buying from the people that are walking into the door. Now, I had to learn this when I first started out. That is actually really important, that conversion rate. Well, how do you actually convert when you are reselling online? How do you actually convert when you are setting yourself up in this business? Well, I'm going to break that down in this video a little bit more in depth, in a different way than I did in the video on Educated Hustler, okay? So, number one, I broke this all down into 4 pillars. And the pillars that I broke it down into were pillars that I found uniquely helped others scale to actually seeing results, while others that were not scaling and seeing these results weren't actually following these 4 little pillars, okay? And I shouldn't say little, they're big, right? And the first one is finding a demand niche. The second one is finding reliable, sourcing options, but also relatable. And I got a little ahead of myself, but we're going to go into each pillar in a unique way, right? Now, creating unlimited reach and scaling to businesses, right? Selling to businesses, B2B. So I want to go in reverse real quick. Scaling is important with any business. I think a lot of people, instead of thinking of where they're going to be, they're really worried about where they're at. And this could lead to you selling some fake products. This could lead you to selling AirPod replicas or the fake cologne. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the like. It could lead you to doing these desperate things to see instant success to keep you going. Now, let's raise our hands if we, or if you have ever tried to build a business, and when you weren't getting any result, you just was like, yo, F this, I'm done. That was all of us, right? Like, all of us at some point, we've tried something and we didn't get the result that we saw other people was getting, or we didn't get the result we felt like we should have, and then we just said, forget it, right? I've been in that position too. But what ends up happening, right, is when you are working for instant results, you're instantly going to quit once you realize it's harder than what you anticipated. And any business, we're not even just talking about selling electronics, any business, you're going to have those slow periods. It may actually kick off from the rip. Like, you may make bread from the start. It happened to me. I made a lot of money flipping phones in the beginning, but then it got a little harder because I didn't understand that phones, prime example, were a up and down type of thing depending on markets and the economics and just other things that were out of my control. So I could have easily just quit, gave up, but I sticked with it because it wasn't about me getting that instant success. So scaling is not about the results that you're getting right now. It's really about what you're doing and learning right now to get to that destination. So instead of, and I want you to think of it like this. Whenever you're thinking about quitting your business, I want you to think about your business like this. Your business success is on the top of that hill, right? You don't need to look at the top of the hill. Instead, you need to look one foot in front of the other. Each step, that you take, you're looking at those steps instead of looking at the top of the hill. Because what a lot of people do, they look at the top of the hill and then they ain't even worrying about if they even moving. They staring at the thing they want to get or the goal they want to reach. They're just staring, they're just drooling and obsessing over something that maybe one isn't really what you expect it to be when you get there, but two, something that you ain't even moving towards. You just you are dreaming. And this is what happens with a lot of people that watch YouTube, okay? Or any type of social media platform. What happens is you're drooling over the what if, or if I could, or if only I, instead of actually taking those actionable steps, okay? So creating unlimited reach is important because you want to be able to reach clientele but not be restricted from platforms. And this is something we don't talk about, right? As a reseller, you don't own any of the platforms you're selling on currently, right? So you may be selling on, let's say you're selling on Poshmark, or you're selling on eBay, or even Amazon. You don't own those platforms, therefore you shouldn't get too comfortable, okay? And a lot of people do get too comfortable, and this is where retail arbitrage comes into play. Now, that is when you're going into Target or Walmart and you're looking at products on clearance and you're taking those products off. You're using apps to tell you what to sell the products for, and you're trying to buy discounted products in your local area and then sell them for a higher profit margin online. Well, this does work, and I see a lot of people creating content on them, and I'm proud of them because it's a way that you could make money. The problem, though, when it comes to scaling and building a business and a brand, is that the brand can't be contingent on what is actually not, or something that you can't source over and over. Okay, I got distracted. Trying to make sure my car not getting towed. But still, it's all about making your business reliable, but you can't make your business reliable if you're getting products from the clearance section. And I don't ever want to, I don't ever want to talk down on a different type of stream, right? But I will say that when I've tried, and I was going to Ross back in the day, not recently, and Walmart, and looking in the electronic aisle to see products that I could buy that's on discount. But yeah, I would make money, but I couldn't make it again. And I feel like that's hustling backwards, to be honest, okay? I feel like that's hustling backwards when you're buying products in bulk on a clearance section that is obviously marked down for a reason, and then trying to resell it, and then yeah, you might sell it all, but now your business is going to have to move on to another product. I always want to compare it to like Chick-fil-A, okay? Like when I go to Chick-fil-A, I know I want a spicy chicken sandwich, I want a medium fry, and then I want a lemonade with no ice. Like that's what I want, you feel me? So like me knowing that that's what I want, it's only because every time I go to Chick-fil-A, I know exactly what to anticipate. So, clients are going to go towards you, business and also consumer, when they know what to expect from you rather than, oh, well, this person has some Jordans for sale today. And then this person has, now he has toothpicks for sale. And now he has lotion for sale. And in 1 week you got detergent. It's like, bro, you are not a grocery store, right? You are somebody trying to build. So you have to understand that you want to create unlimited reach, but the only way to do that is by having products that people actually want to grab. Okay? And then when it comes to unlimited reach as well, one of the things I talk about in the video that I just put out on Educated Hustler is selling in person. Okay? Selling in person is ultra important. I don't see anybody talking about that. Do you? Do y'all see anybody talking about selling in person? I don't see anybody talking about getting your ass up, going somewhere and selling product. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because one, a lot of people don't have experience in real sales, and then two, a lot of people know that if you get up and actually start selling, you won't need them. I'm talking that. That's a fact. These are facts, okay? Because a lot of people are fascinated with selling dreams, but you can't sell dreams in reality. So I can't say, oh, start drop shipping in person, because you'll start realizing that you need products, you need some type of value, you need to propose something to someone in exchange for money. And then it would just tear up the drop shipping aspect. Or digital products, right? Digital product this, digital product that. Have y'all peeped that the digital product wave has been falling off? It has. I personally see less and less of it, but also when it comes to the saturation, it's oversaturated with the same repetitive thing, and it's no value in it to some, okay? Next, number 2 was finding reliable sourcing options. And this was something in the video I talked about, and a lot of it had to do with making sure that you have the plug, right? I remember when I first started flipping phones, one of my biggest goals was to be the connect. I wanted to be the guy that people came to for phones. Now, picture this. Me buying phones from people all over, and me wanting to be the guy that regular customers would come to for deals on phones. And that was my main goal. Nothing else, okay? It wasn't to like open a store and thrive. It was more so I want people to come to me for phones. The problem is that cost way too much money, because I have to have a wide variety of options for my clientele, because somebody may want an iPhone 17 Pro Max, but all I got is a 14 Pro Max. They ain't buying from me. They're going to go somewhere else. And what I realized is I didn't have the capital to actually do it, which meant I didn't have a reliable sourcing option. So I couldn't source phones fast enough. And then when I tried with We Sell Cellular, it didn't work because, you know, and I have a video coming out this week about it. Buying phones wholesale cost me too much bread. It cost me way too much money, okay? And I would just be trying to swim out of the red on a consistent basis, okay? And then next, finding the demand niche. Now, this is the easiest part in my opinion, right? Everybody hears niche this, niche that. Everybody hears sell clothes, make your own clothing brand, sell products that are selling on TikTok. Everybody hears all of this different stuff, and it becomes a bunch of crowded chatter that does not actually have any relevance, because it's complete bullshit. Okay? So finding a demand niche is not about your feelings. It's not about what you enjoy. It's not about what you like. We don't care about what you like. Business does not care about you not liking the product that's selling consistent. I'll give you a quick story. Fidget spinners. Those were one of the best products I've ever invested in my life at the time. And I did not want to sell fidget spinners. They sound and seemed stupid. They were just spinning things that spun around. Why would people buy this from me, right? So what I did was I got the color ones. Then I started getting like metal ones. Then I started getting ones that made sounds. Then I started getting ones that lit up a certain way. And it was like, oh, this is selling well, but I didn't enjoy it. I'll tell you this. I don't enjoy, and I said this probably in like 5 lives already, I don't enjoy selling electronics. I don't enjoy flipping phones, but this is a demand. I think one of the biggest misconceptions people place on entrepreneurs or people that are just trying to hustle like us, right, is you got to love what you do, right? Do you... Not you, but let's think of just a regular person. Do you think most people love their job? Do you think most people love working at Wendy's or McDonald's? No, they don't. But I can guarantee you this, the person that takes pride in that job and does their best, they are already 10 steps ahead of the people that just complain and scuffle around and drag their asses instead of working for the job they apply for, okay? So understand that sometimes you're not going to like it, but if it has a demand, then you need to embrace it, okay? Now, one thing I did talk about, right, when it came to demand, and I'm going to go full screen for this, is because there's a lot of propaganda out there talking about, hey, guys, make sure that you are using third-party websites, okay? And when I say third-party websites, we're talking about AutoDS, we're talking about a bunch of different ones. I'm only going to shout out the one that I do videos on, AutoDS, and other platforms that say that they're going to tell you what's selling, okay? So we're going to actually slow down, and we're going to ask ourselves, if this was true, okay, and there was some type of platform out there that gave us the answer on what to sell, what benefit would it be to them? What benefit would it be for a company to tell us what to buy? Okay, let's say I got a company, it's called Brandon Products to Buy. And I don't sell you the product. My main thing is to tell resellers what products are selling now. So I have this business. How am I gaining this intel? Well, you guys don't ask that, right? You just look at my website and you'll say, oh, well, he said that he knows the trending products. Well, prime example, I'll give my own real website, wesply.com. I tell you guys exactly how I figure out what trending products are selling. It's by utilizing the access we have to multiple eBays, Mercaris, OfferUps, and Facebooks with the automation, right? So we can already see what somebody is selling in Delaware versus somebody selling something in Washington. We can already see what's selling in Houston versus Detroit. We see what's selling, therefore we're allowed to dictate the type of metrics that we are compiling or studying to determine what's selling, right? Well, what are these companies actually selling to be able to tell you what's selling, right? The answer is nothing, okay? Let's make that clear. The answer is nothing. So why not actually go to a source that does gain information, right? Well, here's the problem. Everybody's fucking lazy and wants to just get rewards, right? Everybody wants to get the reward without having to do the work. That's the new thing. And I get it, right? Who doesn't want that in a perfect world? It sounds great, but this is not a perfect world, okay? We have a bunch of problems in this world, right? Including people that would rather you eat pennies or eat dust or eat dirt while they actually take from you, okay? Now, if you're okay with that, then keep going and investing in fake ass propaganda. But if you want legitimate ways to actually research what products are selling, I'll give you it for free, right? So literally look at this, all right? Google Trends. Now, I've started using Google Trends probably around 6, 7, maybe even 8 years ago. When I first opened my phone store, I was not using Google Trends. I was just buying products that I felt were going to sell. I was buying products that I felt I would see somebody using. I would buy products that I felt were cheap. If the product was cheap and it seemed like it solved the solution, I was with it. Who wouldn't be, right? And to give you an example, you know how they had the AirPod covers, right? Remember those AirPod covers where they would have like the little protected, and it was used like rubber, and they would have like different shapes and different things, like a shoebox. You could put it in your ear, like the AirPod covers. You guys probably AirPod case, Nike shoe, right? Like this. This was one of the worst things I brought right here. Okay, these. Okay, these are like these little AirPod case things where you were able to buy, and people could put their AirPods in. Okay, now these probably cost me anywhere from $3.50 depending on the one. And then like more upscale ones like this would probably cost me around $6.50. I would then go and try to sell it, not online, but even in person for around 12, 15, even sometimes 20, depending on what it was. And I remember this one exactly right here. This was definitely one I got. The problem was I had to liquidate them because they never ever sold. And this is why. It was too many options. It was too customized, right? So I would have a customer that was a young lady and she didn't want the blue one. She wanted the pink one, but I didn't have the pink one. So the customer walked away, and I tried to override every objection to get the sale, but ultimately I couldn't, right? So these were things where I invested some money and it did not pan out, but I thought it looked cool. Me personally, I would have rocked this, okay? I would get a Jordan AirPod case, but that doesn't matter what the hell I would get, right? What matters? Well, what matters is what customers will buy, and that's always the type of mindset you gotta have, right? So we're gonna go ahead and let's actually do a little tutorial. If you're looking to try and find a product that is selling, right? Let's just do wireless headphones, I guess, right? Wireless headphones, okay? We already see that with a normal web search, look at the graph, right? We can do this for past 24 hours, past week, past month, blah, blah. Okay, we can even do past 5 years, okay? Now, obviously, this is going to be a really popular term, and I want to show you guys these graphs. See, this is where I think a lot of resellers need to start putting their attention towards things that you could actually do. Why? Because when you can actually control how you do research for your business, you don't need anyone else. Therefore, you're not depending on anything else but your own research. And it's always beneficial to outsource and look at other people that are utilizing tools. Like I use ChatGPT all the time. I use a bunch of things that points me in the right direction, but I don't want to ever become dependent on it because they can all be taken away from me. I am one person that believes that I need to have ultimate control of my business, because if I don't, then I'm giving away my power to someone else, and I might as well sell my business at that point, okay? But look at how this line graph is not touching the floor. Now, the reason we like products that aren't touching the floor, because I can show you probably a product that is touching the floor. This is not a guarantee. I didn't script this. This is all live. Pop mark. I'm not sure. Maybe this hits the ground. Let's see. Yep. So this was hitting the ground. Now, this is not a bad thing to hit the ground, because this is obviously just showing that this type of product or company just started trending last year, right? But it tells me that this is too fresh and too new for me to buy all in. So if somebody was to tell me right now, hey, I have 600 pallets of Labubus, would you like to buy them? I would say hell no, right? Because this is too fresh. But if somebody was to say, hey, B, I got 5,000 pallets of wireless headphones. Sorry, this phone is blocking my view. Headphones, right? I would definitely buy, because, and when I'm even talking about brand or the type, I get it, but I would still buy. No matter what it was, I would still buy. I would buy any type of headphone. There's no headphone in this world I wouldn't buy. Why? Well, because if a headphone exists and I have it in my possession, I can put it in a package in any way, or not in any way, but in any type or a certain type of environment to get a sale. Airports, schools, places where gyms, people need them and may lose or even break them, right? So again, these are how you can see a trending. But let's go a little deeper, okay? We're gonna go from web search to we can go Google Shopping, right? And this will hit the floor, because now you'll start seeing the term, okay? Because remember, we're looking up a term. Now, right here, we were looking at web search, different. Now, when you go to Google Shopping, it's going to be pulling up the terms that people are utilizing when it comes to shopping. So we see that the headphones are actually spiking up in, 2026, actually. So 2026, they have actually been doing pretty well. It looks like February, it was not doing too good. Okay, so in the beginning of the year, it usually goes flat, it looks like. But in this did not go flat. I wonder what happened in the beginning of 2025 where it went flat. I'm trying to think. Maybe tariffs? But anyway, so now what we do, we go down, okay? Now, this is where we would actually have the meat and potatoes, okay? Because again, we're looking to find any type of product that is selling just to start with the direction. So, prime example, before finding out about clones, needed to find that clones or pods or AirPods, Apple AirPods, were actually selling and popular. And then I would branch off to finding some type of product that is similar that I could utilize to be able to take advantage of and give value to someone else in return for what? Money, profit, okay? So we see Beats Studio Pro Bluetooth headphones. These are breakout products. Now, I talk about breakout products in the video that I just dropped. Again, guys, please check out this video. It is on Educated Hustler, okay? Check this video out, okay? Now, we see that Beats Studio Pro Bluetooth wireless headphone is a breakout. We see Sony WF, industry leading noise cancellation. Oh, we're gonna do that one because it pops up 2 times. We know what JBL is, LG, and Sony, but I don't know what a Sony WF1000 XM4 is. So I'm gonna copy this, okay, and then I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna paste it. All right, that's it. Okay. Now, me doing that, I can go and literally just look and see what the hell this is, okay? So this looks like it's some AirPods or earbuds. Okay, cool. Now, speaking of that, if this is in fact what it is, I have something to sell. Well, it is because I'm looking right here. So, all right. So, look, these look to be some type of buds that are wireless and just stick in your ear. I like that, okay? Now we see Poshmark, somebody selling them for $149, District Camera $199, eBay for $100. Okay. All right. So this is actually a good product, huh? Okay. So great. Now we found a product that's trending, right? What we do next? Well, Brandon, I can't get Sony. I don't have a contract with Sony. I know. So what am I going to do? Well, now you're going to actually look for a product that you can source similar. So let me give you a hypothetical. So you look up this product and there is something on the screen that points you directly to exactly what you need. And we did this without AutoDS, without any type of influencers, affiliate link. We can go right here. Boom. Okay. And now we can start seeing similar product to the Sony one. Wait, what? Yeah, it's right here. Similar product. Wait, no way. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So now I can look here and this looks very similar. This looks very similar. Now I will say that the WF little verbiage on the packaging is absolutely insane. But this is something that you could buy. This is how you look up a product and see if it's trending. You don't see if a product is trending by using a software that's telling everyone to sell the same thing. Okay, that is counterproductive. Okay, so I wanted to go over that and when it comes to finding a demand niche or product. Okay, now finding a reliable sourcing option can be quite difficult if you are somebody brand new, somebody on a budget, or somebody that just does not care to do research. You're gonna fail. All right, off the rip, just don't start reselling. If you don't even care about doing research and you're somebody that just wants to list anything, I think you should just work for somebody that wants to be a reseller and have a listing system or service or something, right? Because doing research is really important, okay? Now, we see these Sony headphones. So now we would have to find a reliable sourcing option. Well, I think we did, okay? Simple. AliExpress, right? We can go ahead and get these on AliExpress, and we could probably go to Alibaba and do it and try to talk to a supplier, try and buy a sample. Just to test it out and make sure it is exactly what we want it to be, because we always want to inspect what we expect. Okay, so again, that's what you want to do. You want to find a reliable sourcing option. Now, you're not always going to find a reliable sourcing option because guess what? You don't know until you get the product and you don't have the product. Okay, Now, creating an unlimited reach, this has to do with when you get your products, what I want you guys to do, and I challenge you, and I challenge everyone in the community, make sure you go out and sell in person. Sell in person. No, do not sell just online. Sell in person. Okay? Very important. A lot of people are scared to sell in person. Well, tackle that fear. Stop being scared. Okay? And then lastly, scale to business to business. Now, what I wanted to do is I actually will go over some of these because we already talked about this, which is starting broad. So looking broadly at search terms and then scrolling to the related queries like the breakout session. Like we did all of this already, okay? Now, the sourcing options, you have retail arbitrage, you have online marketplace, you got overseas platforms, and you got wholesale supplies. So I want to make this clear, okay? Because I never want it to seem like I'm hating on different type of ways that people source, but I will tell you, wholesale suppliers that are local and in the United States of America are always, in my opinion, better. Not just because I am one, and it's a contradiction because I do have my own wholesale warehouse and website, wesply.com, right? I get it. But the reason I like it before I even was wholesaling, right, is it hits different when you can buy products and actually touch them immediately. It is different when you know for a fact when you sell out, you could just go to that place and order more and get them fast. That hits different because you are allowed to test faster. You are allowed to see the result of the products that you're investing in faster, which makes your journey, right? Though that point where we're not looking at the top of the hill, but we're looking at each step, you're able to look at the steps faster. Now, retail arbitrage, again, I just told you guys in the beginning, I don't recommend it. I think that it does make you money, but the money that you make from it is very predictable, and when you sell out, you then have to pivot, and it sort of kind of puts you in a mind frame eventually of being like a flea market. I mean, I said flea market, like a consignment shop or a pawn shop. And pawn shops make money because they feed off of people that need money. But consignment shops don't actually ever stay in business. Like, when's the last time you saw a thrift store? Now, there are a few, right? But most thrift stores that just start out and don't actually have any type of identity, they end up actually closing within the first 6 to 2 years because customers don't actually have a reason to walk in unless they're just wandering, okay? And usually people are going to wander maybe once a week, right? But you need your store to make bread on a consistent basis so you can make money, right? Now, online marketplace. This is where, we were telling people you could buy off of eBay and try to sell wholesale or try to buy something off of people on Facebook, right? But this is, again, a little shaky because you are trusting the quality of something someone else is selling to then sell to another customer and then put your name on the line. The point is that buying wholesale just online, eBay or Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or Mercari is dangerous because you don't know the quality. And then wholesale supplier, again, that's what I recommend. And not just me. Like, look for one in your local area as well, okay? And again, I'll try to put out a video on how I found my local suppliers. All right, now, creating unlimited reach, this is what we just talked about. And again, I go really in depth with this, or even further in depth when it comes to the video I just dropped on Educated Hustler, so definitely check that out. But you want to sell in person, and then you want to sell on one of these platforms, but they all have their ups and they all have their downs. Okay. Now, the goal for 2026 is to find products, assets, start a brand, make profit, and then scale to businesses. Okay. Now, when we're talking about scaling to businesses, this is where I get excited because, see, a lot of people don't actually get told that they have the potential to sell to businesses, and you do, right? All you have to do is get consistent volume first, so which means have products that you can get on a consistent basis, and then create simple wholesale offer sheets, or just create some type of wholesale pricing, Position yourself as a supplier, not a seller, and then start with local businesses around you. Go to that corner store, go to those gas stations, and let me explain to you why, if you are ever trying to like take this serious, you're going to want to scale. And this is where I'm going to help you guys. I have something really, really good that I'm able to help you guys with today. And I'm proud to announce it right now. So if you're watching this video, I am going to announce something very special, right? Just for you guys. But you want to be able to partner with somebody that can supply you with enough product that you could actually be able to supply hospitals and different businesses in your local area that may be without these products or may need more of these products. Okay, and we're not just talking about electronics, we're talking about cleaning products, because I sell a lot of cleaning products to businesses as well, because that's a lot of money, because businesses have to maintain a certain amount of cleansingness, right? So if I can take advantage of that demand, I'm going to do it as well. But you just want to make sure that you're not scared. And a lot of people are scared because they're not told they can actually do it. Okay? So with that being said, guys, we're going to actually hop into something that I am pleased to say that we are actually going to be doing. Now, if you don't know, I do, and I'm listen. I, for the first time ever, am going 10 times harder than ever for a community, because this deal that I'm about to tell you guys about is a deal that I don't think anybody could beat. Okay. Now, if you don't know, I am a wholesaler. Okay. I work with a bunch of people, not just resellers and not just online, right? I work with people in general, and also businesses, and I take pride in working with businesses because businesses essentially help me when it comes to me being able to sell multiple large quantities of products, which gets me large sums of money, right? So this is the Hustler Partner Foundation, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually go into exactly not only what you're getting, but I want to let you guys know something for a limited time. Okay, it's called a 72-hour window. We are going to be letting people get in for a discount. Now, $297 is what I charge for this community. This community is not for people that don't take reselling serious, not for people that just want free stuff, not for people that just want to talk and ask questions, but not actually do any type of work or execute. This is for the person that actually is tired of being broke, or tired of feeling broke, or tired of actually trying to seek information from a bunch of different sources, get a bunch of different answers, and never actually getting consistent execution. So one of the biggest things what I thought when I actually had to create this community, and the reason I had to create it is because I'm looking for partners. I'm not looking for people that are trying to stay small fish, okay? And I feel like myself, I am a small fish, right? We all can get bigger, and there's a special different type of elevation we all separately need as individuals to get to that point. Most resellers fail 3 reasons, and this is why I created this, okay? They don't know what products to sell, they don't know who to sell to, and they don't have a system, okay? Now, I'm going to go through this really fast because this is not really what I want to share with you guys. What if I told you I had a community? And what if I told you before you had that negative mindset about, oh my God, another person with another community? What if I told you that my community comes with actual products? What if I told you my community comes with products that you can resell, and the products that you can resell are literally of value? And what if I told you that I also have a system where every single month with every single community member, you're entered into a competition to be able to get more products? What if I told you I'm giving over 200 credits towards my wholesale website, and credits would mean that you wouldn't have to pay $200, right? You're getting $200 in value, so you can buy something worth $200, okay, in this community, okay? And this is really why I did this. It's not to extract from people, but instead to add, okay? So the cost of doing it alone, obviously, you have to guess what to buy, you have to guess what to sell, you have to guess how much profit you're going to make, you waste time on money. Some people get banned. Some people don't have buyers at all, and there's no accountability. And I think that that's one thing that actually held me back. What held me back actually when I was a reseller and I first started and I was sitting on my grandmother's couch is I didn't have any accountability. Nobody was telling me, or I don't want to say nobody was telling me what to do, because I never needed nobody to tell me what to do. I would say it was nobody for me to compete against, right? It wasn't nobody that I could look over to and be like, oh man, he started his business and he's 10 steps ahead of me. Let me get my behind up, right? And sometimes I will say, I think to myself that was actually a benefit to me because I don't need people around me being or doing motivational things. I don't need people around me on a mission. I don't need productive people around me. I can be productive and just rev my own engine. You know what I mean? Now, I think that, because I want to skip to this, right? I think that it was important when I started this community that I didn't just build a community. This is actually an ecosystem for phone flippers, product resellers, side hustles, and entrepreneurs building an income stream. Okay, this is not a chat group. Okay, this is not a profit. This is not like a, hey guys, I made this amount of profit. Let's start drop ship. No, this is more so, let's execute. Let's get this shit done. Let's actually celebrate our wins. But at the same time, we want to keep getting better, right? So you have a competitive advantage with this because we give you launch inventory, which is a $250 box full of products. We give you price lists, okay? And buyer access, okay? That's new. Buyer access is new. We also give you weekly classes. So I teach a class on Thursday, 9 p.m. every single week that you will be able to come to with different lessons being told. And then last but not least, because the direct support is obvious, right? I've had direct support for every community I've ever started, which is unlimited calls, okay? Now, obviously, I do get booked up with calls, but this community gets a separate set of calls because we are looking to build partnerships here and not just to mentor, okay? Now, mentoring is heavy in this, but also you being able to own your businesses as well. That's why we have an automation structure. So if you guys know me, you know that for a long time, what have I been preaching, guys? eBay automation, right? So for a long time, I've been talking to you guys about eBay automation, where we list, ship, and provide products for you, right? Well, what have I told you? That right now, we are moving in a different direction with eBay automation because I've helped over 800 people last year, and also this year we're helping a good amount of people, right? That's great, but I think that every business model must scale or must regress, right? And we're focused on scaling, okay? So here's the thing. We are no longer going to just be offering eBay automation as a standstill, right? Now, if you don't know what my prices for eBay automation was because you didn't or weren't interested, let's actually go into it, right? So you had a basic, you had a pro, and you had a scale, okay? Now, with the community that we're talking about, you get this for as long as you are in the community. Now, $297 is what we charge, right? Well, look at what these automations are. This is 10 weeks of automation, okay? For 10 weeks, you have to pay $450. That's how much people were paying. For 4 months, people were paying $850. For a basic, people were paying $300, okay? I didn't change these prices before I got on here. I didn't change these prices this month. I didn't change these prices last month. This is exactly what people were paying for. Now, we have a community that is worth $297 for you to get in. But today, you can get in for $47. But that's not the point. The money is not the point. The point is, what do you get? The get is somebody to list, ship, and provide the products for you, while you're also getting a box full of products and also getting weekly classes. You're also getting rewards for whenever you do sell products. You just send it in the chat, which we're going to talk about. You're getting an ecosystem that is helping you become a successful reseller, but also stay successful. A lot of us need a community that helps us thrive and a community that keeps us competitive, right? Like, how many of us are competitive watching this, right? Like, you don't want anybody to have one up on you, right? Like, you always want to be in a position to where you are moving up. Like, I know me personally, if I see a friend do something great, I'm happy for them, but I'm also looking at myself like, damn, bro, what could you do to be better, bro? What could you do to be better, right? And that is why a lot of people need communities, because this feeds them, okay? Now, this community is built and broken into 4 pillars: a supply infrastructure, a buyer infrastructure, a sales infrastructure, and a support infrastructure. Okay, now let's talk about supply. Now, these pillars are basically the way I separated the community to bring people more value. Okay, supply infrastructure is where you get when you sign up for the community. TikTok, the link is in the bio if you don't know what I'm talking about. And everybody on YouTube, the special link for the $47 is below in the description. If you see in this video, it's still up. The launch inventory is a box that you get for the products starting out. Okay. Now you also get wholesale access. So what this means is you actually can tell us in the community, hey B, I'm on WESPLY.com and I'm looking at something and I need some chargers, bro. You need chargers? Okay, what kind? I need the USB block, but the dual one. And I need about 6. All right, cool. So you see 6 is $27. We mess around and give it to you for 10. Because see, now you're getting a different rate because you're a partner. You're not just a consumer. Okay? That is what the wholesale access means, is that we're giving you exclusive pricing. Now the buyer infrastructure is for phone flippers and also resellers. Phone flippers, you're going to get a buyer's price list. Obviously, we all know the buyer's price list is, again, on WESPLY.com. Okay? You go here, you go to the phone flipping buyer's price list. They can get the price list. That is $90. Okay? And again, I know the community on an everyday basis is $297. So you might be like, well, why would I want to go ahead and get that? Today is $47, guys. So look below and hit that link. But why would I want to do that, B, when I could literally just go and I can get the price list? Well, because in this community, not only are you getting the price list, but you're able to actually take pictures, give the value of the device or the grade of the device that you have, and send it in message, and we will respond back with buyer offers. This person from Virginia offered this much. This person from Cali offered this much. This person from Indonesia asked this much. This person from Trinidad offered this much. Which one do you want to take? Okay? It's a streamline of communication where you don't have to communicate over email. And that's the benefit when it comes to phone flippers. But now, let's talk about resellers and phone flippers. The negotiation training. So I have negotiation trainings that I will be holding every single month, teaching you how to actually negotiate. And that's important. Why? Because, see, a lot of people don't know how to sell. And a lot of people watch videos, but they don't understand that the mental aspect of being able to convert, being able to get people to actually, I don't want to say fall for, but get them to actually come down on their pricing is beneficial, but also something you need to learn how to do with phone flipping, okay? Now, that is the buyer infrastructure. We have a sales infrastructure as well. So that is going to be eBay listing, and this is going to be marketplace strategy. Now, the sales infrastructure is going to be the eBay listing, which is the automation. You will get an assistant when you join this community. Okay? Now, I want you to think about it like this. For $297, today $47, you're going to get an employee. Yes, every single month you pay your $47 or your $297, and you're going to literally hire somebody to actually go and work for you. Okay, now the $47 one, you don't get automation. So I'm wrong. You're not going to get the employee. The $297 gets the employee. It would cost us too much money. We would actually lose money if we were just giving you, because $47 can't pay no employee. But regardless, you're going to get for the $297 somebody every single week listing 7 to 14 products on your eBay and your Mercari for you. Not just that. They're also going to go ahead and fulfill the order. They're going to revise the order. They're going to answer customers. They literally work for you. Why is this important? Well, because you now can focus on other things instead of having to focus on going and selling and trying to list and trying to make sure you revise. So for $297, right, you're getting an employee. If you don't want that, you can pay $47 and get into the community and get everything else. right? Now, the marketplace strategy, this is having to do with the vault. So I have a training vault, and this has every single digital product that I ever come out with now and also in the future. I'm just going to be put it in there. Now, if you don't believe me, you guys can look at my website, wespo.com. I don't have any more learn section. I'm not teaching people or selling any course or ebook. Why? Because me selling a course or an ebook isn't making me help people. It's sort of kind of giving people a... It's giving people literature to read, but to interpret any way they want. I feel like the vault is going to help me when it comes to, yes, you took that course. Now you can directly message me or have a call, because all calls for this $47 is free. Like, you don't have to pay for any calls, and it's unlimited. You can have 2 calls with me a week trying to learn what you just, or trying to polish what you just learned from a course or from a guide, okay? Now, the support infrastructure, this is where we are tapping in, okay? Now, I'm not one to, and I don't have time to say, hey, guys, what's the weather where you're at? I don't care, right? I only care about support in a way of making you productive, right? So if you pay $297 to me, my main goal is to make you $1,000 from that, okay? So how can we do this? Well, we broke it down into 3 categories. 1, classes. So I decided every single week on Thursday, 9 p.m., we will have class. And the class will, every week, it's going to be alternating phone flipping and reselling classes, okay? I'll be talking about something new every single week. Cool. Then we have another class, okay? And that class is going to be once a month, okay? I believe it's the second Tuesday. And that is going to be a class where I'm just breaking down and answering any questions or any problems you have. Next, audits. So I was like, I audit my stores. I audit my business. I look at my metrics. Why don't we do that for each other? So what happens is you're actually going to get a call, or be able to call me. You fill out a form in the community and say, hey, B, I want you to audit my my eBay and my Mercari. So what we do is we go in, we audit your eBay and Mercari. What is an audit? Well, an audit is going to be when we're looking at your listings, we're looking at your verbiage, we're looking at your products, we're looking at every single metric, we're looking at your promotions, and we write a detailed report and email it to you on exactly how you could improve. If you have an audit every single month and people are telling you exactly what you need to improve from what they've already done and see succeeding, you're unstoppable. So the support infrastructure, I was like, yeah, I got to do audits because audits are really important. Next, accountability. Now, this is my favorite part. See, I'm somebody that I don't BS, right? I don't BS, and I don't like to play with my words. I'm very direct. I don't put any emotions when it comes to business, but accountability is needed because some people are just stuck in their ways, okay? And I found the way to entice people to be and go harder, okay? To be more proactive, right? So remember, this is a supply infrastructure. So every member receives a launch product box, real inventory with real margins, real opportunity to execute immediately, all right? All buyers, obviously, like I said, you get the verified price list, the negotiation framework, but real buyers in the network, okay? Now the sales, we're looking at those eBay automations, you're getting your own assistant. The support, you're getting those classes, you're getting the audits, you're getting the Q&A class. And also, guys, another thing that I forgot with classes is that at the end of every single month, we have a strategic goal breakdown class where we talk about your goals, okay? Because that's important, right? Talking about, hey, man, how did you do this week? How did you do last week? Well, what was your goal in the beginning of the month? Well, you didn't hit your goal. Why not? Oh, man, my wife. Well, listen, how can we fix this? How can we work around it? Right? Like, let's write it down and put it on paper. All right? So let's talk about what you're getting with the community because, again, I'm not going to lie. Like, this is something that could put me in the hole, right? But I know for a fact that the vision that I have for this is definitely going to make up, right? So the launch product box, you're going to get it. It's worth $155 plus, around $250 starting out. you're going to get the buyer's price list plus the buyer's instant offers, which is worth $297, giving you access to buyers immediately for them to actually be able to, for me to get somebody to be able to convey those offers immediately. $297 for sure, because that is very demanding. We get a lot of offers, and we got a lot of people that send phone grades and phone sales to us on a consistent basis, which again, that requires a lot of legwork. Weekly classes, that's worth $197 easily. Negotiation framework, so this is the negotiating class. I charge people a consultation, if you want to look at my book calls, of $100 for an hour. But people with the negotiations, we usually are role playing, so a call is around $120. eBay automation, I just showed you guys the pricing, and it doesn't even, honestly, $350 is not even what people are paying. They're paying around $425. But nevertheless, total monthly value for everything that you're getting is $1,119, but the founder access is $297. Okay, so again, I don't really need or want to be salesy, but I do want to say, like, the value that we're giving with this community is absolutely insane. All right, now this is not a free room. This is not a hangout. This is also not a I want to be close to Brandon type of situation, right? This is more so let's execute and let's make this bread. So I want to break down something, okay? Because I have a lot of people that are looking to grow and looking to build, right? So today is one of the days where I was snowed in. We had a blizzard come in, and I'm talking to somebody via direct message, and we're just chatting, and he's explaining his hardship and things that he's going through, and I'm obviously, talking and trying to motivate, but something came across me, and I was just thinking to myself, sometimes I think it's okay to doubt yourself because of the pressure you're under. Sometimes it's hard to actually see the good that you do when things around you are going bad. And that goes for resellers too. Like the person that wants to be a reseller but may be going through personal issues at home, or may have a spouse that doesn't support them. That's what I had. I had a guy that called me. He lives in Florida. And he was just calling me saying that his monthly payment was going to be late because his wife did something to his card and this, that, and the third, right? And I thought to myself, well, what happens to the other resellers that may have these issues, right? I think $47 is something you can pay starting out just to get in the community. Now, this is definitely contingent and only for a limited time, 100%, because the $297 is the main goal as far as the automation. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So right here, okay, we have a breakdown. You have the 72-hour founder access window. Now, we'll do this quarterly, but the problem is that the price will continue to go up when we do these type of deals, because we cannot afford to do $47 memberships when we have people getting product boxes and different results. We want to eventually get you to upgrade, so we want to give you this taste of the community, allow you to work with us, but eventually we want to get you to the $297 so that you can enjoy having an assistant that works for you. So for that $47, you're going to get community access. You're going to get the live classes, the replays. You're going to see weekly trials and wins, what we'll talk about in a second, and the option to upgrade anytime. Now, for the $297, you're going to get the product box, the launch product box. You're also going to get the weekly trials, rewards, and raffles. We'll talk about that in a second. And also, you're going to get the credit bonus. We'll talk about that in a second. And you're going to get the automation, plus being able to get somebody to now list, ship, and provide, and also work for you with supplying you and your businesses, Macari, eBay, with products on demand. Now, you're also going to get, of course, the priority coaching and support and everything that the 72 hours get. So you're going to get the class. You're going to get everything, okay? $297 is a big deal for me. So we are going to make sure that you're getting everything, okay? Now, that being said, let's actually go ahead and let's take a deep dive. Well, we won't take too deep of a dive because I see the video is already getting long. But we're going to take a nice dive into something. I'm going to give you guys a view into this community, because what I want to show you is I actually want to show you exactly what onboarding looks like, okay? Now, onboarding looks like you getting into the community. First thing that you do is you hop on a call with me. I got to get to know exactly what you're looking to get, what type of success you're looking to have. I want to know you. I want to know your downfalls. I want to know why. I want to know when. I want to know exactly everything I need to know to get you to where you need to go. And I'm not trying to rhyme, but I'm just saying I need to know the ins and outs, okay? It's important for me to know the people I'm working with, okay? But not just that. You're also going to get this tab in the classroom, and it says 30-day onboarding, okay? Now, we have broken down the classrooms in the community to 30-day onboarding, phone flipping, product reselling, buyer's price list, and training vault. Now, these three right here, the phone flipping, product reselling, and buyer's prices are kind of self-explanatory. These have different drops of different information that we come out on a consistent basis. The training vault is going to be broken down into resellers guides, Macari guides, unbanning guides, product reselling academy, phone flipping beginner guides, and a bunch of different things. Okay, so it's a bunch of guides that we have, and these are not little small guides. These are guides with a bunch of pages. Okay, now I want to talk about this 30-day onboarding because this is something I am so excited about. I had an idea. Okay, I'm very creative when it comes to being able to do these things because I'm used to having to deal with a staff. I'm used to dealing with proactively having people shoot for the stars and hitting metrics and goals. And I am used to this. This is nothing new to me. I know how to keep people motivated, but also to reward. So we have level rewards, and we're going to explain it real quick, okay? So every single student in the community is going to be able to get a reward. Now, the way it works is when you join this community, you're not only getting a box of products, you're not only getting access to being able to have calls anytime, unlimited calls. Not only are you getting the access to the weekly classes, but you're also, and all other stuff, okay? But you're also getting a tier plan, okay? Where all you got to do is comment, post when you're supposed to post. So let me break that down. When you get off the call with me, I'm going to ask you, hey, can you post your goals in the goal tab on the community, which is right here. Okay, you're going to post your goal. Hey, man, what's up, Illmatic? Hey, I have this goal this week. And we'll get into the goals because all you have to do right here, you have to pick your goal, and it's like a thing that tells you what you need to post, right? But the more you're active in the community, the more you're actually going to get rewards, right? So level 1 means you're activated. That means you're actually in the community. You start off with level 1. But then when you get to level 3, you're in an operating or operator level, which means you get access to the full training vault, okay? So everything is going to be unlocked depending on your level. Why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing this because, see, not only do people love learning and being in some type of community, but people love when it comes to them being pushed and also challenges. And I'm like that too, right? So level 5, you're going to get the 30-day operator badge, which is going to give you $25 credit for my website, which means you can get anything on my website for $25 for free, okay? But next, we have when you get to level 6, you get the revenue builder. What is that? That's going to be an extra $30 credit for my website. So you can save the $25 credit, the $25 credit, and the $30 credit, okay? So that you are now able to get more things. And these are all products, right? So remember, guys, when we're talking about the website, wespl.com, this is my wholesale website. I have the authority to being able to give you as many products as I want for free, okay? So that's the benefit of my community, and that's where I see the consistent growth with this, is that you're not dealing with somebody that's just an influencer blowing smoke up your ass, right? You're dealing with somebody that's trying to make each sector collide. Now, I have the products, I have the business, but I also have the platform, and we're going to put those together. So you're getting credit. Now, when you get to level 7, that is the execution leader. You get a free 4-piece bundle box, which means you're going to get this for free. Now, we'll send this as soon as you hit it. You're going to get another credit. You can order this directly on the site, and this is an automatic credit, okay? It comes to your email, and you can choose whatever products you want. All right? Now, the reason I'm doing this again is people love challenges, but most importantly, I like to have people get rewarded for execution. Now, you might be like, well, what is it going to take for me to get to 7? Well, every single week, you can join a class if you would like. You can go ahead and post, hey, I sold this today. Hey, I did this. I want the community to be a community of production. I don't give a fuck about what you ate today. I don't care about complaints unless it's a complaint of how we can actually move forward, right? A lot of people are too focused on a problem instead of solutions. I'm focused on solutions. The world keeps moving no matter what problems we got, right? I got a bunch of problems that I hold on my back every single day, and shit is just added on top of it, right? But I don't stop. And that's the definition of business. Business is always problematic, and you always have to solve, right? So literally 8 is going to be a scaling partner, which is going to be $40 credit for the website, a $40 credit. Okay, so not only are you getting the $25 credit, you're getting $30 credit, and then $40. Now, again, this is all free money. Okay, last, when you get to level 9, which is the last level, founding boss, you're getting a $100 credit. I'll give you whatever you want, $100. Okay, now I did this because I love to make things competitive, but plus this is something that a lot of people may need. What if the person don't got a lot of bread? What if the person is trying to actually be active and grow, but maybe they just need a little motivation and help? I'm not helping nobody for free. Let's make that clear. This is you being active and me compensating you off of your effort and the fact that you are adding to the community. I'm adding to your pockets. I'm adding to your inventory. Now, not only do we have level rewards, we also have weekly gold trials. Now, what are weekly gold trials? So, this is where operators separate from spectators. So I want you guys to peep my point with the community, okay? Now, every week, members have the opportunity to qualify for our monthly partnership raffle. Now, I'm going to be raffling off things like hoverboards, e-scooters. That's what I'm thinking about doing, the first raffle on an e-scooter because they are very profitable and we have a few in stock, and they are, like, you can use them, but you using them actually helps you sell them, if that makes sense, right? But you are going to earn either cash or a product, okay? Now, who can qualify? Well, you have to be at level 5, which, again, guys, if you look, level 5 is a 30-day operator, okay? Now, how do you get levels? By just posting in the community. Remember, just post in the community, go to classes on Thursdays or Tuesdays, because we have one Tuesday class, right? You'll be a level 5. Now, you want to complete all weekly pillar goals. Now, what's pillar goals? We'll talk about that in a second. Now, you also want to post proof that you actually beat these trials, okay? It sounds familiar, Elmatic? So, no particular entries, no exceptions, okay? So, it's not going to be a thing where we're giving some type of leeway. No, you got to hit the trials, right? So, what we're going to do, Sunday to Sunday, right, is the trial. The trials will change every single Sunday. They were set every Sunday at 12 a.m. The deadline is Sunday at 11:59 p.m. You may post proof in the weekly trial category, which I'll show you guys is right here in the community, okay? Now let's go over the pillars. So I broke down and I looked at not only what people online do for success, but what people in stores are doing for success, right? Like, how are people actually making bread? I think that it becomes a point where I've worked with so many people that I started realizing not only do people need motivation, but people also need guidance, because sometimes people have bad practices. Like, sometimes people do things by habit, the bad and unproductive way, not on purpose, but by habit, and we're going to fix that shit, okay? So, number 1, revenue pillar. You must generate a certain amount of revenue. So I'll give an example. You got to list 3 product sales. And that means you got to actually in the community show that you sold 3 products. Or it could be, hey, you got to make $250 in revenue. All right. Now, whether you are doing the 3 sales or the $250 in revenue, all you got to do is post it. Just post a screenshot of what you actually sold and you're good, right? You beat that pillar. The next one is the community pillar. You just gotta literally put 2 to 3 posts up a week, right? And then 10 meaningful comments. So it's either one. So it's not that you have to do all of these. It's just one of these. You can do 2 to 3 posts. You can do 10 comments. You can attend 1 class. You can post class recaps. these are things you can do to beat this trial. The next trial, execution pillar, right? So an example is list 3 to 5 new products. Now, I felt like, what could a pillar be that pushes people? Well, this pillar is going to be, how the hell did you assess yourself to become better? How many times do we actually, and I know we all do, look at ourselves and be like, yo, I'm not good at this, and I really need to fix it. Well, in this community, we just need you to tell us what you needed to fix this week. Every week, you should be fixing something about yourself. We are never finished, right? We all are unfinished products. We all are unfinished people. And to consistently become better, we need to actually self-assess ourselves, right? So you post the screenshot, or you can just type it in on what you actually are doing differently this week, right? And then the last one is the optimization pillar, which is you saying, hey, man, I improved my titles. And for example, I started putting this in my title. Or, hey, I had to adjust my pricing. It's easy, okay? It's easy to beat these trials, okay? Now, how the raffle works. Each week you complete all 4 raffles and post the proof. You get 1 raffle entry, okay? So, one raffle a month, just to let you know. Because I can't give e-bikes out every, week. That's insane. But every month, you are going to be given a raffle entry, 1, if you complete the trials. Now, remember, the pillars change every single week, okay? So if you qualify for multiple weeks, you're going to get multiple entries. That's how you beat it, okay? The most entries you can get, obviously, are going to be 4, okay? Now, the prizes may include WES, the credit from my website, free product boxes, cash rewards, exclusive access. Now, to give you guys an example, the credit won't be like $100. It will be probably like $500. Like, to beat these trials and to do the hard work, guys, it is definitely going to be rewarded, a good reward. Okay, so yeah, all right. So that is the weekly trials. All right, and then again down the line, I give you guys a whole rundown on exactly what you need to do to onboard. But that, again, guys, is the beauty of this community. And what's making me do this, and I love my YouTube family for sure, because you guys always ask me great questions. And I got a few emails yesterday to ask me what comes with the community, because I didn't show the in-depth look of it. And now here it is, right? So we are launching our classes in March. So our first class, obviously, is going to be on Sunday. Now, you pay the $47, you are going to get this, okay? 12 p.m., we do the community group Q&A. That's our first class, okay? Now, you don't have to come to the class, okay, if you don't want, right? And then every week from there, on Thursday, 9 p.m., we're doing either a product reselling class or we're doing the phone flipping class, okay? But the third week, we are always going to do a direct selling app audit, which means you fill out a form, and that form is in the community. You fill out the form, and the form is basically asking you, what platform do you want me to audit, right? And I'll go into that platform with you live on Google Meet, or you'll go into it. I'll just watch your screen share, and I'm going to point out things that you can fix, write you a detailed review, email it to you, so then you can say, okay, this month I need to fix this, and this. This is why I'm not making no bread, right? This is a bulletproof way to actually start making bread. I took everything from my legitimate business and how I actually make money in real life and put it into a community. How I actually help people put food on their tables, pay their rents, and do things like that, and put it into a community, okay? Now, when it comes to another class we have the weekly private elite call, and that's just a call basically going over your goals. Like, yo, this month, what was your goal? Oh yeah, it was this, and this. Why didn't you get it done, bro? Like, yeah, we holding people accountable. This is not no for shits and giggles type of community. This is more so like, bro, like, what's going on, man? And the thing is everybody got a sad story, right? So let's not. I don't want that to go and people think I'm insensitive. It's just more so. Let me ask you a question. You know, when you're at work, you do some shit that you weren't supposed to do, or maybe you just don't show up. Does your boss say, "Oh man, all right, yeah, that's okay"? The first time, he might. The second time you don't show up, he's like, "Oh, you didn't show up again, Brandon? Yeah, man, listen, I didn't find nobody to watch my kid. All right, man, I'm gonna have to write you up next time." The third one, "Oh man, I'm sorry, it happened again. All right, you fired." Here's the thing: a lot of people, they hold themselves accountable with somebody else's business, but not with their own. That's a fucking problem. That's a problem, bro. Like, when it comes to feeding your family and being able to actually build something, you should definitely hold yourself accountable just as much as you do working for somebody, right? So that's why we do this weekly elite call, okay? And everybody don't have to attend. If you're scared, don't come. That's just how it is, right? And then we have at the end of every first week of the month, we have another community group call, okay? And that's the Q&A. And that is how the classes go. And then here's the leaderboard. So the leaderboards are where you're going to be able to see exactly where you're at. All right. So that is exactly how this community is going to go. Now, again, guys, it is pinned in the comments. Now, it's exclusively on YouTube, on my description. The $47 that you need to pay, literally, guys, the $47, that's it. You don't got to pay $297. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because my main goal is to build a community of people that are going to grind and hustle. And sometimes I understand we got times where we got to put the bread towards rent. We got time where we got to put the bread towards certain things. And I get it. Trust me. Trust me. Right? I've had to spend my last on store rent at times. Sometimes I had to hit the landlord up and say, yo, bro, listen, I'm going to have to pay this joint on the 5th. I just got like 18 chargebacks, man. I gotta handle this. Right? Like, that's just how business is. So the $47, this is exclusively for today only. The $297, you can still pay that and you can have your own assistant, okay, listing and shipping for you, okay, from the warehouse directly. All right, it's very simple, guys. Again, I don't really sell much of my stuff because I don't feel like it needs to be sold. Right? If I'm selling to somebody that's supposed to be selling, that's a problem, right? If I'm selling to bosses that don't see the value in making money, then that's a problem, right? So what I'm looking for you guys to do is just believe in yourself. I'm not looking for anybody that wants to sit around and have kumbaya sessions, right? I'm more so about this money, right? The reason I don't honestly stay in a lot of communities and stay personally, right? I don't do communities. Like, I don't join anybody else's community because I'm trying to get shit done. Like, that's me, right? I wake up every single day. I wake up and I think to myself, how the fuck can I get better? That's a fact. First thing I think to myself is, one, let me pray. The second thing I think to myself is, how can I be better than I was yesterday? I am not normal. And I'm okay with that. I'm not normal. Some people, they think to themselves, hey, man, let me watch this and do that. I don't think like that because I remember, and this is not a sad story, but I remember how broke I was, right? I remember struggling, and I also remember the lack of respect from people, right? People lose respect for you the closest they are to you, right? But also people lose respect for you when you broke, and that's a fact. That's a fact. People respect you more when you got money. So when you start getting to a certain standard with the respect, you ain't trying to go back. I'm just being honest. Right? And I'll be damned if I'm going back, right? So I do my best, like right now, right? I'm live talking about something and also still making money, right? I got a laptop right here and I'm still making money on different things. I'm still looking, and I periodically throughout this whole live, I'm looking, right? Because see, the biggest picture about, I think, this community is either you gonna actually sink or you gonna swim. Either you're going to keep watching videos on how to drop shit. Either you're going to keep buying products from AliExpress. Either you're going to keep being lazy and saying, well, I'm going to do it. Fuck that. Get the shit done. I had dinner with a guy that owned, he was a partner with T-Mobile. He owns a company that supplies phones to T-Mobile. And he came to Philly. We went and we had dinner at this place. And I was asking him, like, he's a millionaire. And the first thing he said to me, and I talked to him, I said, hey, because he had a Ferrari. I said, why don't you drive your Ferrari? Because he lives in New York and he came down in a Honda. I was like, but I already saw his Ferrari. So I'm like, why aren't you? He said, because broke people drive Ferraris. And I was like, well, what does that mean? He was like, well, if I drove my Ferrari, I got to watch bumps. I got to do this. I got to do that. He said, you know, Brandon, the difference between people that get my type of money and people that get any other type of money is I get things done before deadlines. They get things done on deadlines. And what he was trying to get engraved into me was basically, Brandon, I drove my Honda so I can get here and get the shit done. Because we were working on a deal. Rather than trying to get here and look nice. Like, I wasn't trying to impress you. Right? I'm trying to get the deal done. And I think that really changed a lot of my mindset. Like, I started looking at things differently. Because now if I say I want to do something, I got to fucking do it. Right? Literally, I do not. Like, probably 3 hours ago, I decided to do this $47 thing. I said, fuck that. I ain't waiting until tomorrow. I'm doing that shit right now. If I want to go ahead and do something, I'm doing it. No questions. And before, it used to be like, wait. I'll think about it. Fuck thinking about it. Because, see, impulsive decisions are bad when they aren't calculated. Right? So, hence why I'm not telling you, guys, I have a community and I want you guys to pay it, and I have a bunch of courses. A bunch of courses, and you just take the courses, you get rich, and you just pay me $40. You pay me $97, or you pay $197, and I'll tell you all the Facebook ads you need to post. I'll even do the Facebook ad. No, I won't do it. AI will do the Facebook ads for you. Everything will be done for you. You want to know why people do that? And why people try to get you in their mentorships and say, everything will be done for you, right? Now, mind you, I'm talking about a real assistant that's going to work for you for $297. That $297 that you pay, most of that's going to a real live motherfucker person. You hear me? A real person. But we're talking about people that want to minimize the service they're giving you so that they can take more, right? But the reason people say that, because when you don't make any money from AI, let's say, or from Google or from Facebook ads, you want to know what they blame? You know what they say when you get on that call? When you on that call saying, "Hey man, Brandon, I'm not making no money, bro, and I'm gonna have to end my membership." You want to know what they're gonna do? They're gonna blame the fucking system, not them. I had a friend, and he told me straight to my face, "Yo, bro, all you gotta do to get people in the community," and he does. He has communities. He has a bigger community and following than me. He said, "Bro, this is what you do. Yo, make your community as high as hell, right? But then have people join and tell them they got to do a list of things." That's what he said to me. He said, when you tell them they got to do a list of things, they're not going to do it. And when they don't do it, they're going to either forget about the subscription or keep it, right? And then I said, well, why would I do? He's like, hold on, B. This is what you're going to do. You're going to tell them they have to do this list of things, and if they don't succeed, then you pay them or refund them back. I said, so, okay, let me get this right. I tell them a list of things they got to do, and if they do all of it, I give them their money back. Yeah. Okay. So where do I profit? Oh, see, this is the thing. People that join, they're not going to be consistent. They're not actually going to really want to do it. They just want to feel like they're doing it. So 99% of the people aren't going to do what's on the list. And that changed a lot of my mind, my thinking, because it's true. A lot of people, I had a guy that literally will watch this, and he's a mentee of mine. But he's lazy. Okay? And he doesn't really want it as much as he says. Now, me and him has done a bunch of business. I even met him. And this guy doesn't want it. He'll pay any amount of money, I swear. Like, my guy, he paid me $297, and so I don't want lazy people in it. I don't want people that don't actually want to do it. Like, I don't want people that aren't going to actually, like, be in this, right? And he's like, yeah, let's go, bro. Now, mind you, he has a good job. He make bread. So he don't value the money as much as he values the illusion of freedom. Think about it like this. Some of us feel bad when we don't have money. Some of us get like depressed, stressed out when we don't got no bread. right? And then when we get money, we like, oh, all right, cool, I'm happy, right? Some of us are emotional, and we become emotionally charged based upon how much money we have. That's a fact. What I'm saying is a fact. And let me tell you what I learned about that, right? I learned that people that are emotionally charged when it comes to bread and money, they are always going to fail. Because there's always going to be a time when you ain't making no fucking money. And you still got to get your fucking ass up, and you got to be the fucking boss you are. Let me tell y'all something, bro. You know how many times I done got in an argument, I done got bad news, I done lost a bunch of money on a parlay, or I just did a bad business deal and I had to walk in and smile at everybody and shake hands firm and be a boss. You know how many times I wanted to break down and just be like, fuck, bro, I just need some help. But I had to act like I had the command. Money is not valuable. What you do with it is. So don't allow, like this person that is always in any type of community or whatever, he always supports. I don't want support over conversion and success. Difference. That's why I don't have a popping YouTube channel, because I'm not doing Shopify affiliates, DHgate affiliates, AliExpress affiliates. Like, I'm not selling for another company when I got my own. I want my own shit. Because I know my own shit I can control and make sure that I get the results for the people that I say I'm going to do, right? So understand there's a huge difference from becoming an emotionally charged person when it comes to money than a strategic boss. Understand, and I know a lot of men follow me. So I will say this, a lot of men, we already are logical when it comes to like when we stress, right? Like not a lot of people know when we stressed. And sometimes when we are stressed, we snap the fuck out, but we still handle what we got to handle. But a lot of us also, we put an immense amount of pressure on ourselves, but don't do immense amount of work. I want to ask you guys a question. What would you be if you actually worked 3 times harder than what you do now? Do you think you would be better? Do you think you would be better? I think that a lot of us would. The problem is we're not willing to. Because, see, a job makes you comfortable. A house makes you comfortable. A female makes you comfortable. Family makes you comfortable. But let me tell you something. I think that comfortable or being comfortable is important. But we all want to chase that motherfucking thrill of getting something and turning it into something more, right? Just being able to increase. Go Rush 132. Thank you. We all want to become better, bro. We all want to become better, and I will tell you, man, I am tired of being less than what I know I am. But I'm also not emotionally charged to the point to where I'm just going to concede and just put whatever I know will make me. Because listen, if I did drop shipping, it's a wrap. If I did drop shipping content, bro, it's a wrap. Because then it's a wrap. But I know it doesn't work. But not everybody's like that. Some people they sell things to people, but the only thing they're really pushing is dreams. Some people will tell you that you'll make a bunch of money signing up with them for shit, and they don't have nothing. How the fuck do you sign up to actually join someone's mentorship and they don't have shit? It's really a real ass question. Like, it's a really like they don't have no store, they don't have no wholesale warehouse, they don't have like nothing, like literally nothing. Like all they have is Instagram and YouTube. Like, I see people that's popping, bro, and they making bread because they showing nice edits in products off of a AliExpress website, saying, I can teach you how to sell trending products. How the fuck do you know it's trending? Show me your motherfucking website. Show me your motherfucking website. Show me what do you do? What do you do? And that's where I try to tell you guys, this community, $47. I'm telling you right now, we get into this motherfucking money. Why? Because everything has to do with assets and actual physical inventory. I'm not doing no bullshit. I'm not selling no dreams. I'm not pushing no narrative. I'm not trying to make it to where, oh my God, guys, I'm going to help you. I can't help a motherfucking person get rich. I'm not rich. What the? Now, credit is one thing, but that's what people do. They get business credit and they rich online. Online they rich, but they using your monthly payment to pay the motherfucking bills. I'll tell you that. So, again, I think it's a difference, man. So, understand, man. Gold Rush, no, it's not pre-recorded. Like I tell you, because I'm about to get up, y'all. Gold Rush, thank you. But yeah, it's not pre-recorded. I'm excited. But I'm okay with the people that don't understand the mission, right? There are some people, and I want to close with this because I'm 100% real, right? There are some motherfuckers that I used to be able to help, right? There are some people that I used to be able to help, and I will tell you this: I can't help everybody. Let me tell you the person that should not join this community. The person that should not join this community is a person that actually doesn't want to do it, but wants to experience it. A person that shouldn't join it is a person that isn't tired. Yo, I swear to gosh, right? My kids was just outside building a snowman. I was in this motherfucking crunching numbers on phone calls, handling my shipments and handling the UPS, telling them to come and bring their asses out in the snow. I was in here working, bro. I'm the hardest worker that I know. Why? Because I'll be damned if I let somebody else outwork me when I know for a fact what I'm meant for, bro. You know what I mean? I think that we all have it in us, but not everybody's willing to bring it out. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So, thank you guys so much for watching, man. I appreciate everybody, man. I really do. Illmatic, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that's joined. Shout out to TikTok for sure. Linda, shout out to you. And also, Gold Rush, everybody that's watched on YouTube as well, and I did not have one of the channels up. I'm so sorry. No, this is not pre-recorded if you have been trying to talk to me. I promise you it's not. I'm here. I'm snowed in the crib, man. I'm here, bro. If you are watching this later, and it is still February 23rd, you can still get that community. It is in the link in the bio when you join the community. I will DM you. We gonna get to work. I'm not waiting. We gonna get to work ASAP. I'm not waiting. I don't got no time to wait, man. I'm trying to get this motherfucking money. I was trying to start flipping phones. Let's go. That's it. Flipping phones ain't hard, bro. I got the buyers. I got the list. And that's another thing I want to talk about before we get off here, yo. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me tell you something. Don't work with me if you're not actually one of the people. Okay, don't join this community if you want me to wipe your ass. This is a fact. I can't wipe nobody's butt. Pause. But I can't do things for you, right? I can assist you. But there are a few people that do want me to do everything, and I give them my money back. I'm cool. Understand, like, I don't ever want my full-time income to be anything about a community. You want to know why I need this community to work? I'll tell y'all right now. I need this community to work because when this community work, I'm going to have a whole different variety of receipts, a whole different variety of intel, a whole different variety of how we can actually improve. We are now moving away from just providing products to regular people. You want to know what I'm doing this year? I'm not only working with T-Mobile. I'm not only working with AT&T. I'm not only working with Verizon. I'm closing all of my stores. I'm opening another wholesale warehouse. And this time it's going to be on the West Coast. And then when I do that, I'm going to be strictly business to business, including resellers, obviously, right? but I'm no longer trying to deal with little fish. I'm no longer just trying to keep myself in the same position, right? How many drop shipping and reselling videos is a person gonna make? I'm just saying, that's a fact. How many, bruh? Like, at some point, this is a fact. At some point, you feel me? Things gotta, like, you gotta progress, you know? You gotta move on, you know? And I'm not saying move on from my supporters. I'm saying elevate, you know? So, I really mean that genuinely. All right? All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Thank you, everybody on TikTok. I'll see y'all later, man. Make sure you guys, again, no emotion when it comes to the money, man. Stay focused.